name is Helen. I'm the Diddy Stitcher. My pronouns are she, her. It is Friday the 10th of October today. It's been a month, 4 weeks since I last saw you. And I did kind of plan it, not to do my 2 week, but it really got away from me. So hi, hello if you're new. I'm doing some life stuff now. Usually I leave it to the end, but explanation of why I've not been here. So, first I started a course, an apprenticeship at my job, as a, what is it, data and business insights. So I had that first week after I filmed, I had like a whole day's training thing. Then I had like courses to do online and write like 1,000-word essay on AI, which was painful to try and be balanced. When I really hate AI for what it's being used for predominantly. It can be great, but don't make stupid videos with it, and don't, try and do your whole university degree with it. Don't ask ChatGPT stuff. Anywho, so yes, that was the whole like first week, and I didn't do much stitching at all. And then the second week I was doing my secret stitching for our tiny retreat that we're having, me and Megan, who's coming over. She's on her way. She flew to Vancouver yesterday. And she's going to Iceland, and then we're going to go pick her up in Glasgow on Monday. So that's very exciting. So I had to do secret stitching for the retreat that we're having at the end of October, because she can't see it when she's here. So I had to get those done. So I had been stitching, but nothing that I could show. And then life has just been lifing. Alex got really sick. He got a really bad ear infection. Anna was sick yesterday. I guess that's something to do with the 2 week thing. But yeah, she came through Wednesday night to our room, I guess like Thursday morning, like 3 o'clock in the morning, complaining of like really bad ear pain. And we were like, okay, just like, load you up with Calpol and go back to bed, and we'll deal with it in the morning. And because of Alex's ear infection, we got one of those camera otoscopes. Because Alex always has stuff with his ears. I know Anna's going to. She has the exact same ears as Alex. It was the first thing I noticed about her when she was born, was that, oh my god, that's your dad's ears. So Alex needs like wax removal every so often. So he thought his ear infection was just wax buildup. So we got it that we can monitor both of them, I guess, to see if it's, just wax buildup, and he needs to go see the audiologist to get removed, or it's an infection and go to the doctor. So we used that on Anna yesterday morning, and she has a massive blister on her eardrum. So straight to the doctors we went in the morning. Yes, ear infection. The other one, it looks red, but there's not, like a blister, like a middle ear infection trying to burst out. But yeah, has some amoxicillin. We were waiting in the pharmacy. and she nearly fainted. She turned white as a sheet. I've never seen her like that before. It was quite scary. Was like 5 minutes of her just staring into space. I don't think she lost consciousness. But she lost all of the colour from her face. So that was a bit scary. So yeah, life is lifing. I burnt my foot. I've been like, I guess not stressed at work. It is a stressful time from like September to December. My job gets really busy, just within the cycle of stuff. So I was getting a little burnt out, maybe. Just a lot of little plates spinning in the air and trying to keep it up and trying to deal with home stuff and everything. So I thought, oh, I'll give myself a foot bath while I'm sat at my desk. I work from home. Like, these are the little perks that you get when you work from home, is you can give yourself a foot bath in the middle of the day while you're working. I have a foot bath that is like electric. You switch it on, it's got bubbles, but it also keeps the water warm. So I was sat there for like an hour, and so I boiled my feet without really realizing. And I got out and my feet were red. And then, of course, because of the temperature difference, like, they start to get itchy. So I itched the top of one of my feet, and the skin just like... And so I stopped and I was like, oh, okay, great, let's... So now I have a lovely graze on the top of my foot where I just boiled my foot. And so I'm... Is that TMI? I don't know. If you're new here, I'm sorry, I don't usually talk about my feet. So yeah, that's why it's been a while. But yeah, I wanted to get on before Megan comes, because I guess it might be another month, like, after Megan leaves, or maybe we'll do one together. Maybe she can be my long distance stitcher here, and we'll do, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, unsure of what that is gonna be. So we're just gonna do one now, and then we'll see how we go. Yeah, cool. Oh, right. Regular Flosstube. This is a channel about cross stitching. That wasn't obvious. Okay, so FFOs. I do have an FFO. I didn't do it. This is a project bag made by Kaylee of thesewingshop.ca. She was over from Canada, coming to see family just across the river from me. So we met up on one rainy Saturday, and we went to the Tynemouth market that's in the station. Beautiful, like, old Victorian style station, that has like a really big platform both sides and market stalls set up there every Saturday forever. So we just took a walk around there. Some of it's just tat, some of it's like was nice stuff, antiques and whatnot. And then we went up to Whitley Bay for some fish and chips, and then came back to Tynemouth, and her daughters were surfing in the North Sea in September. Braver than me. But they seemed to have a really good time, and it was really lovely seeing Kaylee. So I'd asked her to FFO this. This is Forest Flower by Ink Circles. This was my second round robin. This was on 40 count Cafe au lait, I think. This was one with the sulky. So I made everybody stitch sulky with on 40 count. Sorry. And she picked out this really cool fabric. It's got like metallic-y bits on it. So pretty. I think she picked really well. And a little gold tab there. So it fits like a 6x6 Q-snap and kind of like a A5, I guess, pattern. And of course it's like Kaylee, she does like the box bag, so you get a good, if you put a Q-snap in there, it doesn't like stretch it. So it's lovely. So yeah, that was an FFO. I didn't do it, but it is now FFO'd. I count that as, because sometimes I don't do my own framing, and yeah, it's FFO. Yeah. And then I didn't have much time to keep my project in here. I put little hexes in here, but I finished that. Eee! So this is Little Hexes by D's 20 Stitches, artwork by Uncanny Kari. This is 3 separate patterns, but I popped them all on here. This is a 32 count, I think. Lavender Even Weave by Zweigart, 1/1. And I had finished the ghosties, and then I was wondering whether to put the sparkles in, and I'm so glad I did. It makes this. So I'm going to make this into a little cushion decorative pillow thing for Halloween decorations. We've got all of the autumn decorations up at the minute with Halloween stuff, and they stay up until December, when we switch at the beginning of December for Christmas. So these guys will get a good look in. But yeah, I'm so happy with that and the finish. So I'm still on my finish streak. 11 videos now, 12 videos, I can't remember. It would have been, but so I have 2 more FFOs of my secret stitching for the Smalls Exchange. I have taken a video of them, so they will be shown at some point in a future video when the recipients have got those. So yeah, that was FFOs and finishes. I didn't have any new starts. But yeah, I think just this last week, really, I got back onto my regular whips instead of my smalls. So first whip is Antonian Odalesque. So this is for our pentagonal round robin. Myself, Trina, 2 Megans, and Michelle Bendy Stitcher. We're gonna do excuse me, pentagonal, so there's 5 of us instead of usually 4. And this is my project. So this is an adaptation of Avlia Folk Embroideries Anatonian Odalesque. So this was the model cover, and I've shortened it, I think, and then added bits on longer, just so it fits in my windowsill how I want it to fit. So I am doing all of the frame, and then the other 4 girlies are going to do the flowers for me. because this is a lot of stitching, is the frame. It's like a double border, and then those diamonds, if you like, I don't know what shape you would call those, is like 2, sometimes 3 thick. So it takes a lot, but I think that's halfway. I think that's 6, and so I've just got another 6 more. I did cut the fabric to size, and I was going to give myself more margin to do like a pulled hem. I don't think I could do it with the 3 inches that I've got, but I think I cut it to give myself 5 inches. So I have more up here and there'll be more on the side. But it gives more room for a Q-snap, so I'm not really mad about it. So yeah, this is on a 28 count Lucan. It's that 50% cotton, 50% linen. And it's in 4 colours of DMC. 5 colours, maybe? I can't remember. I've changed the colours. So this border is in 841. So it's very neutral. And then the colours of the flowers will go with my living room colour scheme. So that's that. So my obligation stitch, so that's kind of my obligation stitching, that I have to do 2 of those diamonds every week to be finished by, I think we're sending out at the beginning of the year. I think it's TBC, but I want it done. I want all of, so the girls don't have to do any of the outline. They can just do the small amount of stitching that's the flowers. So that has to be done by the time we send it out, whenever that is. So I'm behind, I think. What have we got? It is the 10th today. So I need to do another row before Sunday. So maybe I could do it tonight if I'm feeling okay. I've been going to bed really early recently. And then another 2 on Sunday, and then I'll be back on track to do another 2 every week. Data portraits in Paris, I was behind in like the last week, but I've caught up. So this is Data Portraits in Paris by Nuri of the Shaded Stitchery. This is on the same fabric as Anatolian Odalisque, and I've converted it to Mill Hill Petite beads. So this is really, you can't really see. Maybe you can see a bit of shimmer there. I'll try and get a nice close-up picture and put it here. But yeah, so I did 427 beads in the past week, and today I'm supposed to put another 140 in. And again, if I do 140 each week, I'll be done by February, which is when Data Portraits in Paris Part 2 comes out as a sal. So I'll have finished it and I can do the next one without the obligation. So this is, my lighting is all funny. I had to get a new light. I don't know if it's lighting properly. This is what I looked like last time. So I don't know where I was. I think I did this bit. I started this big square in the middle. I think this got some more beads, and then this got a start. I will have to move it over at some point because it'll get quite squished. And I think the Part 2 is just a little bit, maybe like 5 stitches each side bigger. So I will put it on an 11 by 11 Q-snap for that, and I'll make sure the fabric's big enough to hold it, just so I don't have to, because once the beads are on there, you can't really put a Q-snap over the top. So lesson learned for next time. But this is coming along great. I'm loving it. Loving the beads. So much fun. Maybe if I put this light over here. Is that better? That's probably better. And excuse all the hair clips. That's just how I do. Yes, that is caught up if I do 140 stitches today. Another obligation stitching is Sarah Watson. This is the sampler that I'm doing for my auntie. She wants something to put in her little cottage in the Scottish borders. So I need to do about 500 stitches a month, so less obligation. So I like to take it out on the 22nd of each month. Her birthday is January 22nd. So hopefully I can finish it for, I think we're all going to the pantomime on the 23rd of December. So I'm hoping I can take her the finished piece, show it to her, either pass it over and she can do what she wants with it, or say, would you like me to go get this framed with my framer? So I like that to be done. So yeah, I just did the border, I think. So I got lots of berries and lots of leaves on this border. And that was actually 572. So I'm probably over the mark for this, I guess. I think the next time I'll finish the border, that'll definitely be more than 500 stitches. So that'll be October, and then November and December I'll finish off whatever in here. So this is Sarah Watson, excuse me. This is Sarah Watson by Whilst Iris Naps is the centre sampler, but then my auntie wanted a floral border like this. And this is from There's a Hudson, also by Whilst Iris Naps. So I just recharted it to make the border longer. And it's working out really well. It's on a 40 count buckwheat by Forbidden Fibre Co. And it's just a stash conversion. I let my auntie pick out colours from my stash that she liked, and I just put them mostly like for the original chart, but it's not the same. So yeah, it was good. It was really easy stitching. It's 22 stitches for a berry and 4 stitches for a leaf. And I just stitched until the thread ran out. So that's why I did more than 500. So yeah, that's that. I'm not a sampler stitcher, but this one's okay. I can tolerate this one for my auntie. And then my last whip, I can't remember, did I show you this? I don't think it doesn't come up as a start on my Notion. So I think I did show you the start of this before. This is Snip Snip by October House Fibre Arts. There's a whole series of them. It's the little ones that I take when I take Anna to her swimming lessons, where she probably got the ear infection. So this is what it looked like before I showed you. So I think I've done quite a lot, because we did have a morning last Sunday morning, I think it was. She wanted to do some painting, and I like parallel playing with her while she's painting. I like to do my stitching. So yeah, I like this one. The colours are a bit more subtle. Again, I think it's just a stash conversion. If there is any called for threads in there, it's by accident. It's on a 36 count. What's this called? I'm doing it. I got a whole Speculas by Everto. No, Roxy Floss. I got it at Stitch North. So yeah, it's fun, and hopefully Megan's gonna help me make all of those into little pillows too. That'll be out all year. Okay. So that was all my stitching, apart from my secret stitching. Yeah, I just don't think I've been very in a stitchy mood. I don't think I've lost the bug completely. I'm just in a, I think it's just a weird time. It's a weird time of year. We've all been a bit ill with one thing and another. I'm so excited for Megan to come and go on a little trip, but the ADHD in me gets like nervous excited, like, you know, making sure I'm a good host and she has a good time and the trip goes well for everybody, because Alex's friend is coming too. Making sure I don't burn out, that I get enough sleep. You know, it's just... I think I need a massage. I probably should have booked a massage. Alex is having a massage tomorrow. Maybe I should have booked as well. Maybe I'll book. Anyway. So, I did get some haul. Quite a lot of haul. So I had to do some eBay purchases for some things. Secret things. And these were in my basket already. And so I thought I'll just get them because they're there. So it was 2 more skinny minis of these that I take to swimming lessons. So we've got the Queen Bee. I think that's cute. And Stitchy Spot. I think this was new for Expo or whatever the online thing was. So there's 2 more. I've still got 2 or 3 backup, but these are on the to buy list, so all good there. I got some happy mail from Trina. So Trina and I, we stitched Serbian Proverb by La-di-da. Yeah. She, we both did like chaos. I was a bit more like curated chaos in the colours that I chose. She did full chaos because she's got such a big stash of threads that she hadn't really dived into. And I offhandedly said, you know, why don't you do every leaf a different colour? And she said, hold my beer. So we stitched that together on Zooms, like we would only stitch when we were on the Zoom together. So mine was finished a few months ago, but we still got on the Zooms and I was stitching, you know, other things. But she finished the other night. We were on the Zoom, and because of the time difference, she's in Canada, Toronto area, Brantford. I don't know exactly. About 5 hours behind me. So usually it gets quite late for me and I have to like tap out at some point. But I was like, no, we're staying until you're finished this now, because she had finished the leaves, so she just had a bit of border to do. So she finished. So she's going through all of her stash, you know, picking out weird and wacky colours. This is what it turned out like. I'll steal it off your Instagram, Trina. She's got like duplicates and, you know, things that she thinks she might like, I might like. So she sent me a little package of lots and lots of goodies. So this was a little card that she sent. Super cute. It's like little 3D fabric flowers. Super, super cute. She sent this notebook, which I've had to hide from Anna because she always steals my notebooks, but she did send things for Anna as well, so I'll probably give this to Anna because she does love a good notebook. She's like her mummy. And then a whole bag full of goodies. So there was 3 needle minders. So a little lollipop for Anna. The magnet fell off, but I've got some E6000. I'll put it back on. A little, is it cartouche? Is that what that is? Super, super pretty, super tiny, which I really love for my tiny stitching. And very good magnet on that. And then a little, like a Danish pastry, is that? Like a cinnamon roll? I don't know, very cute. Little needle minders. A big chunk of floss drops. These are these like acrylic ones. I don't know who makes these. Are they Atom Heart? They're thick, chunky. I love them. So there is like 3, 6, 9, 10, 12 floss drops and some jewelry there. Love these type of floss drops. And then a whole hunk of floss. So we've got some flower silk. Like just crazy. Some classic colourworks. She had a load of this grasshopper. You always need a good green. Some Roxy, which I don't have a lot of. So happy to add to my collection there. There's some more classic colourworks. I ran out of khaki mocha and I do like that as a white. Some floss that I don't think either of us buy anymore, but I'm happy to have that in my stash to use. Some almond M&Ms. I've never had almond M&Ms before. This is wicked, and it's, you know, green and purple, like perfect for a Halloween thing. So I haven't stitched with this before, and everybody says it's such a nice silk to stitch with, so I'm very excited for that. A Brennan needle. Again, I don't have a lot of those. That one's Damnable Bay. Very nice blue and grey. Very moody. And then a whole hunk of dinky dyes. I love dinky dyes. So we've got a chunk of natural, so good white, but I've never over dyed floss before, so I might take 1 or 2 of them and have a go at dyeing if I need something specific. 2 of the blues, Twilight, very pretty. Kirribilli, lovely purple. I love lavender, the flower. That's wild lavender, is that one? I think there's another one of those in here somewhere. Yeah, 2 wild lavender. And it's always so nice to have 2 of a skein, of the same colour, and they look like the same dye lot. if you do anything big. 2 ocean pines, and the beautiful green and purple just go so well together, that. And then this one that like brings those 2 together is Ocean Grove. So just a lovely curated set. Thank you so much, Trina. You're the best. She's just lovely. It's so nice to stitch with her on Zoom and have a laugh, and it's just nice to have, and like so generous. She's like, oh yeah, I've got so much stash, I just need to get rid of it, I need to organize it. I'm gonna help her over Zoom to get her Notion in order, which is the least I can do for that. But yeah, thank you so much, Trina. I love you so much. Then some more from over the pond in the Great White North. I'm in Deanna Darling and Whimsy's Patreon, where we get some goodies every quarter, I think it is. Every so often. Sometimes I just get an envelope through the door, and I know it's Trina because she puts loads of stickers on the front of them. Did she put stickers on this one? I ripped it off. But even like the stamps are just pretty. Much prettier than ours with the king on it. So we get stickers and ephemera usually for like journaling. I don't journal, so I keep the ephemera to like pass on again, because lots of my friends do the journaling, but I don't. So we've got this bat is from one of her designs. Look how cool. Look at the holograph. I love it. And these ones are usually like ones you can put on your water bottle. So I love those because Anna loves them as well. Quaker Cauldron. Again, another one that you can put on your water bottle. I think these are stickers or ephemera, but they're like paper, so probably not one that you put on your water bottle. But lovely little crow with a witchy hat and a little rabbit. Super, super, super cute. And then a little Halloween greeting with like a little card, but definitely something you could use in a journal. And then some little labels, which is fun when you're scrapbooking or whatnot, to like label things, but it's like a little pharmacy thing. And this is like an old post office one. I just love supporting Deanna, and it's I don't think we need stuff like that, but it's just so nice to get a little treat in the post. Thank you, Deanna. Love you. I put, this isn't really stitching, but more stickers. Somebody at my husband's work was walking around with stickers and was like, do you want a sticker? Or several. Like there's just a whole bag, so he picked some stuff out. So he works in pharmaceuticals, so the scientific method. Very fun. That's how I feel right now. This is just a mustache. Super fun. And this one he got specifically for me. I have to share the rest of them with him, but that one is definitely mine. I'll probably go in my water bowl. And then I did get a really, really big haul. So if you've been here before recently, you know I got a load of beads from a craft store that was shutting down. They were selling their beads for like 50p, Mill Hill beads, 50p a packet. And I was kitting up data portraits in Paris, so I got as much as I could from that. Then I came home and realised I should probably... I shouldn't probably. I'm a completist, so I need the whole collection of something. So when I had a lot of Mill Hill beads to start with, I've done I haven't worked on it in a really long time, like a wall hanging with the Mill Hill Christmas Village series on one big piece of fabric. And when you get the Mill Hill kits, they give you a ton of beads left over. So I just kept them in the right, the number of the bead. So I already had a collection, and then I needed to add a lot more because I didn't have certain colours for data portraits in Paris. So then I was like, okay, I emailed the craft store. It's like an hour and a half away from me, so, and I don't drive, so I have to ask my husband to drive me. So I emailed them and I was like, hey, I came in. If I gave you a list of the ones that I'm missing, could you send me whatever you have to like fill the gaps in my collection? And they said, yeah, sure. And this is what I got. This is what I've already shown you. This is what I have. So in that email exchange, when I bought those, I said, when you're closing down, and they were closing at the end of September, I said, let me know if you have leftover Mill Hill or anything cross stitch, and I'd love to have a conversation about buying them. And she kept her word with that. So she emailed me the day after they closed and said, hey, I've got all of these Mill Hill beads, a big box, and I've sorted them already. So that's like 2 layers of Mill Hill beads. You can have this for £25. And I said, done. So there's that. And this of Mill Hill beads. And doing data portraits in Paris in beads has like, I really love using beads. And I don't know whether to get into like bead embroidery or something like that, but I've got some beads to play with. So yeah. She also said, I've got no DMC left, but I've got Anchor. And I was like, well, I don't use Anchor, but what are you charging? So 100 skeins of Anchor for £30, I think she said. So she just chucked a load in there for me. So I'm just going to take this to Stitch North and throw them at people. I think just gonna like flower girl kind of, because why not? And then I said, did you have any fabric left? Because they were more of like a quilt yarn shop, but they did have some linen, some Aida. I was like, I can take it off your hands if you've got no one to give it to, or another contact. She said, yeah. So I got all of this fabric. So there's a little bit of a neutral, like 28 count linen. There's like a Christmas green in an even weave. These 3, like there's like a lavender, a light blue, and a sage green. I think it's hardanger, so like a 22 count, but it's like Ada, like the weave. And then I think another even weave lavender on the top. But these are huge cuts. There's like yards of the stuff in here. So again, I was like, I'll just take it all. I'll just take it all, and again, just throw it at people at Stitch North or wherever. So yeah, there's quite a lot. If you want specifically anything, yeah, 22 count hardanger in lovely colours. Hardanger is usually just the white, and you do the white on white with a hardanger. So I'll keep some for myself, but I can't get through this all. So if you would like some, just let me know. Otherwise, yeah, I'll just throw it at people at retreats. So that was the big haul from the store closing down. Happy to give it a new home. I think I'll cut it up into like maybe fat eighths or something, and just let people have a dig. Maybe I'll do like a pick and mix type of thing. It's like pick some floss and a piece of fabric and a needle minder, because I've got loads of needle minders that I've made. Maybe that'll be my little gift around the place. But yeah, it's not all for me. It will be given out. And I think that was it. I feel like I'm forgetting something because it's been a while and I haven't been keeping my notes. Usually I keep notes when stuff comes in or I think of something. But that hasn't happened. So plans is just Megan coming. So yeah, on Monday we drive up to Glasgow to pick her up at the airport. And then we're on the road for 5 nights. Yeah. So stitching will be probably a skinny mini. If I finish snip snip, I'll start another one. And then I was going to take Sycamore Gap by Trouvaille Stitch Kits, because that has lots of fill-in and I've already outlined the big blocks of colour, so I can just fill in without having to look at the pattern, which is helpful when you're travelling like that. I don't know how much will actually get done. I usually don't stitch in the car. It's not that I get car sick, it's not very efficient, but we'll see. And then the Saturday that we come home is my birthday. So we're stopping at one of the hotels that I work for lunch, which will be fun. And then I have to be back at work, and then Megan's going to stay here and we'll just hang out as much as we can. Do stuff on the weekends. We're going to Edinburgh one of the weekends for Megan to get a tattoo. And then we're going to go up to Dundee to the Victoria and Albert Museum up there, because there's an exhibition on Tatrice embroidery from Palestine. So very excited to see that. And then I think we're just going to play it by ear and see. I don't think we're going to plan much apart from our retreat. So yeah, the retreat that we were supposed to go to is cancelled, but I've worked with the hotel, again, another hotel that I work for, the treat was supposed to happen at. I've wangled it so the three, me and Megan and Amy and my friend in Wales who's coming as well, who already like planned the trip. So the three of us are going to have a little mini retreat. So I have bags of goodies already. I have my Smalls exchange is ready. And again, we'll just hang out and see what happens, what I stitch, what they stitch. I think that's it. Very tired. I want to go to bed. I don't want to go to work. Not much live stuff. I did that all at the beginning pretty much. Don't think there's anything to add to it. I did want to have a little shout out, if you're still here, I'm sorry, for Amy at Anxiety Stitched. I'll link her below. She's a Flosstuber that I just came across a couple of weeks ago. She's Aussie. I always love listening to the Aussies. And she's got some really cute projects. And I just like her. I like her style. She's easy to listen to. So if you need a new Flosstuber, check out Amy. Yeah. That's it, I think. I'm sorry I wasn't my usual self. I need to sleep for a week and then go on holiday for a week. And then win the lottery, maybe. Maybe that'll sort me out. Okay, well, I will talk to you soon. I don't know if it'll be in 2 weeks. But maybe it will. Maybe it won't. We'll see. I will talk to you whenever I do. Remember to be kind, and I love you. Bye.